Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm super excited to finally be sitting down and filming my first video, which is going to be a Q&A. I'm going to be answering some questions that you guys asked me about like 5-6 weeks ago. So a long time. It took me forever to like sit down, get in the right headspace and film, but I'm finally happy that I get to sit down and talk to you guys. It was weird at first, just like sitting and like talking to no one. You know when you just kind of like talk in your head? So I feel like that's what I'm doing right now. So all right, so I have like a Q&A highlight on my page, and I remember asking questions for my first YouTube video, so I'm going to be answering some questions from there. Okay, so the first question, not a lot of people ask me this, but I guess it is good to know. How did you get your nickname Sammy? So this is kind of a funny story. It's not like an inside joke, but it started when I was like at my cousin's house, and I remember thinking like, I don't have a nickname. I think I was like a freshman in high school or something, but I was like, yeah, I don't have a nickname, guys. Like, what should my nickname be? And they were all like, what about Sammy? At first I didn't like it, but now everyone calls me Sammy, and you know what, I like it. All right, next question is, are you in school? So yes, this technically is my first year because I decided to take time off last year just to travel and figure out what I wanted to do, but I didn't end up traveling at all. Didn't end up, like, I knew what I wanted to do, but it just took me a while to like be content with that. But yeah, my major right now is marketing and PR, which I'm having a lot of fun with. I really feel like it fits my personality. I was lucky enough to like find what I really wanted to do, and that was like my goal. I remember wanting to study computer science, and then I got into that for a bit and I was just like, let me take a step back and like really find what I want to do. Next question is, how old are you? So I am 19 years old, guys, and I get this question all the time, and I try to answer it as often as I can, but I know a lot of people just assume that I'm older, which is totally fine. I don't have an issue with that. Where are you from? So when someone first asks me where are you from, I always say Atlanta, even though I don't live there. I was only there for a year, but I was born there. So when people ask you where are you from, I'm like, oh, I'm from Atlanta, but I moved to Ohio. But the real story is, I grew up in Ohio, went to elementary, middle school, high school throughout that time. So now I live in Minnesota, which is, you know, it's nice. It's like, do you have any siblings? So yes, I have two sisters. One is 8 years old and the other is 21. And then I have a younger brother who is 16 and gets on my nerves. But you know what? It's fine. It's not fine. It's fine though. Okay, someone asked what was your first job, and this is probably one of the most, not embarrassing stories, but kind of humiliating. I used to work at Chick-fil-A, guys. I was 15, and it wasn't like the Chick-fil-A drive-thru, it was in the malls. And I remember I worked there for a while. I had my little uniform, the red shirt, black trousers, and like the belt and the little badge that said Samira on it. And you know what happened was I got fired. Okay, and at first I didn't really understand why, but here's what happened. So I got fired because I wanted to take off Eid, which is like the holiday that I celebrate, and they were like, no, like, you didn't give us a notice, like, why didn't you tell us ahead of time? And if you celebrate Eid, you know that you don't really know the exact day until like maybe 2 days before, or like a day before even. So that's when I was like telling them like, hey, I'm taking off tomorrow and Monday as well, because Eid is like 3 days. And they were like, no, it's either we let you go or you come into work. And I was like, I guess I'm gonna have to leave. Now that I'm older, I see what was wrong, and I totally could have sued for that. My Chick-fil-A job was short. Didn't last very long. Didn't really enjoy my time there either, but you know what, it's fine. So someone said, what is your background ethnicity wise? So I am full Somali, and I get a lot of questions like, are you mixed with anything? No. And I don't really like when people say that, like, oh, you have to be mixed. Why do I have to be mixed? Like, why can't you just believe that I'm full Somali? I don't understand. But yeah, it is offensive when I hear that. I'm just like, okay, that's kind of rude to say. What is your job / occupation? So right now I work as like a content creator. I know a lot of people call it influencing. I don't really like to call myself an influencer. I feel like that is my title at the end of the day, but I don't really say like, hey, I'm an influencer. Do you know what I mean? I just say like I create content and stuff and work with brands. But yeah, that's my job. When did you know you were into fashion? So I kind of always knew, but I never really knew how to like style clothes. Like I would have a lot of pieces in my closet and I would just like look at them and be like, how do I wear this? Like I never really knew how to like put things together until I worked as a stylist, which sounds absurd because you would think if you're working as a stylist you would know how to like put things together beforehand, and I kind of had like an idea of like how to style, but not really. So I feel like that job taught me a lot in that aspect. So yeah. Do you travel often? I feel like it kind of looks like I travel a lot, and I feel like I do when it's like within the States, but I've never really been outside of the country. I've only ever been to Canada. Haven't really been a lot of places, but definitely am hoping to travel outside of the country soon after all this COVID stuff. Maybe next year. Okay, someone said, what is your favorite TV show? So I have gotten into K-dramas recently and I have watched probably like 10 of them so far. My favorite one is Crash Landing on You. So I would have to say that is like my top one show. That is my absolute favorite show. My second favorite show would probably be Gossip Girl. I always start the show around like Thanksgiving time so that the holidays line up and like the seasons and everything, and I don't know, I just feel so content watching it. I watch it probably once a year. Yeah. All right guys, that was the last question. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm happy that I finally like got to sit down and, you know, find time to record. So hopefully I'll be doing some more videos. If you guys want to see anything specific, please comment them down below and give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe as well. I'll have all my socials linked down below. But yeah, that's all for today. I'm so nervous. It's just weird to like sit and talk to yourself.